Welcome everyone to another episode of Geeks of the Round Table. I am one of your hosts, Ren, and of course I'm joined today by my very good, one of my best friends here on this platform, Zach Pope. How are you doing, Zach?
Hey man, I'm surviving. It's great to be back again. Just this is the one thing I love. I look forward to doing it at least once a week. And I know you already gave me shit for my shirt. People do understand. If you were listening to this on audio, you'd obviously don't see, but I'm wearing a Truth or Dare shirt for a masterpiece of a film directed by Jeff Wadlow, who fucked up the Kick-Ass franchise. He also created Fantasy Island, which I never saw. But did you guys ever see?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the movie that came out on my birthday weekend over here.
Oh, that's amazing.
Uh,
That's so
yeah,
beautiful.
and he
That's
wrote
fucking touching.
Bloodshot as well.
Ooh.
That guy's on a roll.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude. How does he have a career? How does he have a career?
good
Hey, things
question.
are getting made, so that's all that
Yeah.
counts.
Which, speaking of careers, Jared
Exactly.
Buckendahl, he has a career on YouTube testing pizza, or what is it, Hot Pockets with a taste test,
Yeah.
and he's here. Jared, how you doing?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, obviously I did something a little weird and wacky a couple days ago. I did a hot pocket taste test, and you guys asked me earlier how I'm feeling. If you think about eating a bunch of hot pockets and how you're gonna feel afterwards, that's how I feel right now. So at least this conversation is hopefully gonna distract me from that.
Man, I don't know how
You
you
want to
do
know
it.
something? I never had a hot pocket.
You're gonna live to be a lot longer
Okay, that's
or
good.
Just watch,
older.
Brent. How about you just watch his video, get a
I
perspective, be
did.
like, oh, see,
I
so you're
did.
like, do you feel like you ever need to eat a hot pocket?
I didn't before, and the video didn't change my mind. If
Yeah,
anything, it
no.
changed it to be even more against it.
If you
Jared, your
want straight
next
up
thing you should do
diarrhea, that's all you need.
the next thing you should do is go through a McDonald's parking lot and order every single burger you can
Oh,
and eat it.
you know what? Fun fact. Again, we're getting way off topic already, but I think I've only had a burger from McDonald's once. I'm more of a
Oh,
chicken guy.
see, I'm a chick guy, but I like prefer breakfast food from fast food.
Oh,
Like, if I'm gonna get fast food, give me their breakfast. Like, I'll take
yes.
that. But
Also, fun fact: I never had McDonald's in my life. No, I'm kidding.
oh, I was gonna
I
say,
didn't
it's
never.
funny. If we're going to fun facts, there was a period of my life where I didn't even have Burger King for like 13 years.
What
I
was it? Just
seriously,
Yeah.
not
I
available
never.
or what?
No, dude, I just like my parents like didn't like it. And then I think it was like maybe a year ago, I was at work and someone put out all these Burger King coupons out on the table and I said, I'm going to fucking Burger King. These chicken fry things, fuck, I want that. Fucking went there and bought like three of those things, brought it back for people. I'm like, fuck yeah, this place is good.
Now you're hooked.
That
Just
one I
cutting them up
never
and
had. I literally
snorting those
never ate
chicken fries.
in Burger King in my life.
Really? Do you
Yeah,
have a lot out there?
yeah, it's pretty common, just like McDonald's. But it's just I always liked McDonald's when I was a kid, so I never had the urge to like try something different. I knew McDonald's. I like
Brand of
McDonald's.
loyalty, man.
Exactly. All right, let's get off the Ren and
Chicken
Zach
talk.
fast food talk. Um, so Jared, how has this quarantine been treating you? What have you been watching? What have you been playing? If you have
Well,
been.
I oh my gosh. Obviously, spoiler for everyone out there, it's been going on for such a long time. And I mean, it was what, a month ago, Zach, we were supposed to actually meet each other at South by
Yes.
Southwest.
And then you
Oh,
Um,
that's
actually went
right.
to Texas.
yeah. Yeah, I still went because my sister, she just moved there and I hadn't
Oh,
seen her in 6 months. Plus a friend of mine had a comedy show. So I'm like, whatever, I'll go. But I cut that trip like 7 days short. Like I got back before things got really bad.
yeah, which
But
is
yeah,
good
I'm just
because like that's my thing. I actually wanted to still go,
mhm.
but in reality, if I went, I would have just like a lot of the reason. Like the only thing good about like everything being canceled is honestly it's saving me fucking money. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
at this
yeah.
point, like I've like saved enough at this point to where like last year I couldn't go to TIFF because of money. If they have TIFF and I get a proof for press, I'm going to fucking TIFF this year because
Yeah.
San Diego got fucking canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, which
Fucking
I was supposed to go with, the Cinemania World
really,
podcast guys, yep.
dude.
Oh.
I mean, dude, it's fun. I out of everything I've gone to, Sundance is easily still the most organized, best festival I've gone to. But when it comes to fun, South by
Yeah.
is really fun, but it's very unorganized at times, like especially I don't like the fast pass thing I was telling you about,
Yep.
like so those one of the guys in our group last time when Good Boys was premiering, we all had fast passes. He didn't, but he was just sitting in line with us talking, and they scanned his badge and let him go in, and he didn't even have a fast pass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. See,
So
that's the thing is you were telling me all the details and then I was reading more into it and it just sounds like if you're standing next to people, you're fine.
yeah, it's not organized, but what's different is the bigger venue's not organized. Every other venue is. Like if you try to do that in a smaller venue, it's not going to happen.
Mhm.
It's weird. Like I love South by because of the premieres. This year was actually a really, I wouldn't say lackluster year, but like last year had us, Long Shot, Good
Yep.
Boys. This year honestly had maybe like
Lovebirds
Lovebirds,
and Green Knight were
The
my
Green
only
Knight.
two.
Those were two,
Mm.
and then the Beastie Boys doc was my big one that I really wanted to see.
Yeah.
So besides that's really it, honestly. But San Diego Comic-Con, man, I mean, that was the place that I actually like networked the most. I don't know if it was just like the easiest press stuff, which the first day I did not know about this. So to get into Hall H, I went in, me and Sharonda from Pairweight went and sat in a line for like 5
Mhm.
hours. And this nice family was like, "Do you want us to hold your spot? Just come back an hour before they hand out tickets." We said, "Fuck yes." Came back, then we got our tickets. The next day we found out because we ran into some people from Collider that she knows, and they
Yep.
told us, "Oh, you guys don't have to wait in line. There's a press line that you can sit in the morning, and as long as you go in the morning, you're guaranteed a seat." And we said,
Well, what the
"Ah."
hell?
Yeah,
Well,
so
I
like
mean,
the
yeah,
next
that
day I
that
wanted to go to Marvel. So I said, "I'll go during Star Trek cuz no one's going to fucking go during Star Trek." I was right. There was not a single there was like 5 people in front of me. Got in, got the best seats in the house, sat there for that Hall H Marvel. Well, sat there for the whole day cuz they straight up said I think by like noon, if you leave, you are not allowed to come back.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I got snacks, I got
Yeah, I
my
was gonna say
laptop.
bring them snacks, man.
Yeah, I'm going to get naked in the seat. I'm not getting so, but it was worth it. But all these things are fun, man, and it sucks, but there's always next year.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
obviously that fell through and you mentioning TIFF, I'm considering that, but again, that's more research. That's probably a conversation for off air. But
Yeah.
otherwise, watching movies, I've been watching a lot of Netflix, and Netflix is very hit or miss. You know, you
Yeah.
got to sift through a lot of crap before you find
Yeah.
something that's halfway decent.
Yeah. I will
Yeah.
say though, Extraction. Oh fuck.
Yeah, that's
I
on my
loved it.
list. Watching it
I
tomorrow.
I'm
holy
actually
shit,
excited
it's
for
fun.
that tomorrow.
Yeah, so like I don't get why to be honest, I do not get why that has like a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like if you like John Wick, you're going to like Extraction. That's how I
Okay.
put it. Like the
Wow.
only thing it's truly missing is like that cool mythology in my
Doesn't have a
opinion.
great world.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not built to have a great world, to be honest. I mean, I could see where they could dive into it a little bit deeper, but
Yeah.
like it is straight up like from like the first 20 minutes sets it up, then after 20 minutes it's just nonstop like action. It has a couple slow moments, but it's like good for the story. Like honestly, like I see a 57%. I was reading some of those reviews. I'm like, and then I went and looked at what they gave John Wick. I'm like, you are a hypocrite. You are a fucking hypocrite. Because like while I love John Wick more, this has like one of the best action sequences. I would probably say ever. I'd probably say if I'm talking top 15 action sequences, it's in there.
Wow.
The guy,
They have like a 12-minute wonder, right?
yeah, it's not 12 minutes. That is not fucking. It's 20. It's 20 minutes.
20? Because I saw an
Yeah.
interview with Hemsworth. He said 12 minutes. I believe he
Is
said
it?
12 minutes.
Man,
Maybe
it
I'll
feels.
have to double check,
I might be wrong. I mean, it felt like 20 to 30 minutes. It felt
but in a
legitimately
good way.
in a very good way. I
Yeah.
was sitting there. I'm like, is it? Have they cut yet? Have they not? Like, it is
I mean,
insane.
it's
It
a
goes from
fake wonder. It's a
it
fake
literally.
wonder, but
Yeah,
apparently it's
it
really good.
literally goes from car chase to knife fight to gun shootout, back to a car chase, back to a gun shootout. It's I don't know how they did it. I know it's all through editing, but it's great, and people should get excited because the director who did this did the stunts for Endgame
Mhm.
For Endgame, for Infinity War, for Civil War, for
for the
Atomic
first John
Blonde,
Wick as
for
well. So
First Avengers. Yeah, he's been with Marvel for a long time now.
yeah, so I was really impressed with it, and just like Jared said, Netflix is very hit or miss.
They're
Yeah,
definitely getting bigger names, like this one, Hemsworth, the Russo brothers producing, they snatched up Lovebirds, like, they're
Yeah.
making these moves that are definitely putting them into, I wouldn't say a
Yeah.
prestige spotlight, but they're trying to bring in these bigger names, you know?
You know what film I think will be also going on there is King of Staten Island, that Pete Davidson, Judd Apatow
Yep.
movie, because I think it's by the same studio who did Lovebirds, and that film is still on the dock. I don't think they've moved it, which it's not coming out in
Yeah, it
June. We
still
know
has a
that.
date on June. Yeah.
So for me, I think that I have a feeling that'll go to a streaming service. It can't go later in the year. It'll
No.
unless I mean it's like they really thought Oscar prospects for it, which I doubt.
Mhm.
Unless they really feel like Oscar prospect, but I doubt it. So
Hmm.
that's gonna be something that moves to something else. But it's interesting, man. So many movies.
Yeah.
Have you been? Did you watch? What was it that I just watched yesterday? The Netflix launch, the Willoughbys, that little
Oh,
animated
I
movie.
forgot all about that.
Yeah,
No,
it's pretty good, man.
Really?
what kind of animation style is that? Like, what would you compare it
It
to?
looks like Peabody and Sherman.
A little.
Okay.
Imagine Peabody and Sherman mixed with Trolls, visually speaking.
Kind
Okay.
of brighter neon colors.
Yeah, there's like these different textures to the different things in the world,
Is
like
it like a
people.
straight like kid animated, or is it kind of in the middle, like adult teens or both?
No, there's very adult and dark humor on
Really?
it.
See, like
Really?
Yeah,
Ryan gave it such a bad review. Like he gave it
And
like
Rotten
one out of
Tomatoes, yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes, when I saw it, again, there was only 20 reviews, but it was at 90%.
yeah.
really.
I wouldn't give it. I give it a B. You know, I liked it. It's a
Okay.
good movie. It has a few mistakes, like the cat voiced by Ricky Gervais, and I love Ricky Gervais, but the cat ends up just being there to over-explain some things and really
That's
shove the message of the movie into your face.
Yeah,
That's
it's rocking a
annoying.
90 with 30 reviews right now.
Yeah,
dang.
it's a pretty
That
good
makes me
movie.
excited then. I actually might check it out then.
I don't wanna make you think that it's like South Park or Family Guy in terms of what kind of adult humor, but it's very subtle in it's one of those that has adult jokes that the kids will just fly over their heads. They won't get it. But I could see one of the things I said in my review is like this humor and how it's presented and portrayed is not for everyone. I think you, Jared, are really going to like it. I think you're
Mhm.
going to, and
Dang.
I think you're going to like it too, Zach. But it's one that is not for everyone, and I could clearly see that watching the movie. But I had no idea
Mhm.
it even existed. I was having a
See,
boring afternoon, and what's this? And I put it on, 90 minutes, and I'm out, and I
See,
enjoyed it.
I've been rewatching Clone Wars, so I've barely gone through Netflix. 'Cause I'm trying to re-binge it before the end of the season, which I don't think is gonna happen. I'm like only on season 3, so.
hmm,
But
yeah,
do you watch Clone Wars, Jared?
I dabbled. I want to say I watched season 1 and
Oh,
2
the worst
back,
ones.
yeah, like, oh my gosh, 5 years ago maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
I vaguely remember, and then I don't know, I was just like, okay, there's this many. Do I do it? And now it's like, well, since they made another season, I should have watched them.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you. Honestly, you could watch this season and be fine, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, so like I showed my girlfriend part 1 of Siege of Mandalore. She's never seen anything of Star Wars. She doesn't know who Ahsoka is. I pretty
Yeah.
much just recapped like the basic stuff that had happened, and she went home and started binging Clone Wars right after that. Like she loved Siege of Mandalore.
And
So
I haven't watched any clone, or I mean, aside from the few that I've watched, and no Rebels, but I know almost everything that's happened in
yeah,
those because I'm like, they're
Okay.
going to bring those characters to The Mandalorian live action. They're gonna do something with them.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is exciting, which is fucking
Yeah.
exciting, man. Man, I'm so
Yeah.
excited for tonight. I'm so fucking excited tonight for Clone Wars. Obviously, we're recording this the day before Clone Wars, which just makes me so excited. Part 2, fuck yeah, bring it on. Um,
First thing
so
I'll watch tomorrow morning as I wake up, and Zach will be texting me at his 2 a.m. And he's like, "Holy shit!"
literally,
Yeah, Ren, what time does that land for you? Because Zach, I know it hits at midnight for you.
yeah.
I have no idea because I do have the U.S. version of Disney Plus, but on my
Okay.
midnight, I'm fast asleep. You know, I put myself to sleep at midnight. I wake up at 8 a.m. I work out because since quarantine, I'm fasting now, so I don't have breakfast. So I just work out, but before I work out, I have a morning cup of coffee. Otherwise, whew, I'm not
Oh
waking up
yeah.
at all.
I'm right there with you, man.
But as I have that cup of coffee, I watch Clone Wars, and then like an half an hour later, I go work out, and then I properly come to camera and review it. But when I'm usually up at my 8 a.m., it's usually like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. for you, Zach.
Yeah. So like by the
Yeah.
time I'm going to sleep, he's waking up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, and cause like for me, like this is I don't give a fuck. I don't sleep. So like if something's coming out at midnight, I'll watch it. Like when Scoob, I'm probably gonna watch whenever it comes out.
Mhm.
Like
True.
which I guess should we just get into that right now? Should we just get into these moving dates and
Yeah,
bringing
let's do
Scooby
it.
up?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
go
go for it.
to the news.
So first off, so Batman moves to what, October? I think that's
Yeah,
the
October
which
1st.
which I love that idea. I'm not mad. I'm fine with it. I expected it. Um, it getting moved back. At least it's only a couple months. Fine. I'm all good with that. I was like you and me discussed. I thought Suicide Squad was going to get moved up. That did not happen. The
yeah.
one date that's still there though that has not been moved is Black Adam that no one's talking about. That's still coming out in December.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Dude, I'm really excited for Black Adam.
Oh, me too. Super excited. Super
But
excited. But I don't know if it's going to come out anymore on that date.
I think it does. I think it does.
Hmm.
I really
I
do think
hope
it does. I hope so too. Going back to Batman, since this is rumored to be the long Halloween, it makes sense to come out in fucking October. Like
yeah.
this is like the perfect Batman film to have in an October, and I think it'll actually do really well in October compared to a July because I don't think this is going to be a big action film. I mean, there's going to be action in it,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's going to be more thought provoking and mystery. Like the worst thing that any studio's ever done is putting War for the Planet of the Apes in July. That should have been in October,
Yeah,
November.
yeah. Yep.
I have
I don't
no
think
idea.
the problem was specifically being in July. I think the problem was being I can even remember if it was right before or right after, but one of the two, right after or before Spider-Man
Yeah, which is
Homecoming.
another reason. Why?
Yeah.
You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. But I do really like that where they place Batman. Jared, are you excited with this? Are you happy with this?
I mean, I guess I would say I'm a little indifferent because, every movie is moving. So we were kind of aware that this was going to move. But the way that we've heard, and we haven't seen a trailer, we've only seen set photos and stuff. From what I've heard, I'm sure you guys the same. It's kind of more a grounded detective type
Yeah.
story. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say lower budget, but very much, him in his first couple years.
Yeah.
And that definitely suits an October kind of set. I don't see that as a summer blockbuster, is what I'm
No.
kind of
Yeah.
saying. Um,
And next summer seems to be more stacked because of everything going. I mean, honestly, if everything goes back not to normal, but because now they're talking about a second wave hitting in November, which if that fucking
yeah.
happens, can you imagine like what's gonna happen then? We're all
Hey,
worried.
hey, call me. Have me back on in 5 months, and we'll talk about it.
We're gonna have to. I mean, because this is honestly like kind of straying off topic. My work's probably gonna open back up in the next couple weeks to a month. What after 2 months we're gonna fucking close again? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
I mean,
it's just
unfortunately,
crazy.
yeah.
So
Unfortunately, that's the way they're kind of talking.
and it's just like, can you imagine if like all these movies that got moved to November, December, like this is what's gonna happen, and I already know it's gonna happen. Same thing. Quiet Place 2. It's gonna be a couple days before my screening, and it's gonna get fucking pushed again.
Oh no.
I
I feel
know.
so
Uh,
bad.
You've already seen it. But you
Ren,
know,
what if they completely changed the movie? So, like, what you saw was like the first cut.
Dude, that would be incredible because I would like upload 2 reviews because I have my Quiet Place 2 already filmed and edited. It was ready to come out, and when Zach told me they just moved it, I was like, well, it's still here on my
yeah,
desktop waiting for the upload. If they
Wow.
change it, I don't know how much they can change it,
I don't think they'll
but
change it. I think a lot of these films are done though. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
A Quiet
um,
Place 2 is done. I can tell you that.
yeah. I really want to just know everything about it, but at the same time, like it's a film that I've stayed away from so much.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to these comic book films, like a lot of stuff leaks out, but if you just look, you can really find like
You can piece it
everything
together.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Reddit. I mean, if you go on Reddit, you could find everything. I think like what Rise of Skywalker, the whole thing, the whole film was pretty much spoiled like 3 months beforehand on Reddit.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that's kind of just what happens. I'm sure even the Batman, you could start piecing together stuff already. But another Warner Brothers movie that did get pushed back was Scoop, and it's actually coming to home video now in May.
Yeah.
So at first I thought, oh, that's stupid. But do you know how much money Trolls made?
Please
Yeah.
tell me you have the numbers
It
because I've done so much research and it's all estimates.
so it's estimated, but from what I understand, like from a couple sources that all said the same thing, $40 to $50 million. That
Okay,
is
that is what I saw.
that is a lot of money, and I see why they put
For
Scoob.
VOD, yeah.
And I wanted, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. That's more money than it would have. Well, week to week to week, it probably would have made more. But first
Yeah.
weekend, that movie would not have made $40 to $50 million.
See, that's what I was
Yeah,
curious about
probably.
is they released those numbers and I broke it down and I was like, okay, that's that many rentals and that's only the first weekend. But what about Monday? What about Tuesday? Like who
Yeah.
was ordering this movie? And I kind of agree. I think it's like first weekend and then it's just like it
Yeah.
The
just kind of
thing
goes
that I
down.
gathered, the thing that I gathered was that Universal wasn't overall satisfied with it. Even though I think they
Mhm.
should, because it's big for VOD. It's a record breaking for VOD releases, which
Yeah.
the number is not that high, but still, for a movie like Trolls, especially given the situation, like one person buys it, but like 4, 5, 6 people are going to watch it for the price of
Yeah.
one. So they made a profit. They should be happy. I think the move with Scoob is kind of different. Like we all know the controversy of Universal screwing over movie theaters and whatnot with this release, but I think the Scoob one is it's the lesser evil that they chose because they had already blown their budget on marketing. They had already
Mhm.
exploded with the marketing
And they had
and
to.
everyone
They had
was
to.
aware of it. They couldn't delay it a year and make everyone forget, only to then start over the marketing all
Is it
over
what
again.
days it come out? The 12th? Does it come out the
12th
12th?
May. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even throwing in there too, the other thing I want to prospect is one HBO Max. They're making a Scoob show on HBO Max.
They
So
are?
I actually have yes,
Animation?
yes. From what I
Okay.
understand, yes. So what I actually have a feeling is, I think they wanted to put it on HBO Max, but they're not going to first day. So what I think is put it on VOD. But did you also know the smart thing they're doing with Scoob is you can buy it. You can just buy it for
Yeah.
$5 more. You can just buy the movie.
That's
Yeah.
To be
smart.
honest, I might just buy the movie. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? At that point, like if I'm gonna rent it, I might as well buy it so that way I
Yeah.
own it. And if anyone else in my family wants to watch it, because I'm gonna watch it at some godly fucking hour when it comes out. You know what I mean? My
Yeah.
family ain't gonna want to watch Scoob at midnight with me. So, but I like the idea. I'm sad because I was actually really looking forward to it and wanting to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
But with everything going on, this is a film that there's nowhere else in the year you could push it back to. And if you really think, a lot of these studios are looking, okay, what films are we just not, we can't push? Artemis Fowl is another one of those movies you just can't push. You can't
Yeah.
even put it on VOD, which I actually think if Disney did a really heavy marketing for it, you could probably get some money out of it, but you're
Maybe.
probably gonna get more just from Disney Plus. But I like the move. I think I'm sad. Again, I just want to go back to the theaters. I
Same.
mean, that's the honest truth. But it's sad. Are you guys excited for Scooby at all or Scoob?
I mean,
Go
I'm
ahead, Jared.
personally, I'm not a big person that rents VOD, but I rented one a couple days ago. Mind you, it was a normal priced rental, but $20. I mean, like you're saying, the $25 just to own it, that seems like the more attractive type thing because it's like, oh, it's mine. I can watch it twice,
Yeah.
or more than that.
Or my kids can watch it. You know, if you have
Yes.
kids.
And I think that that is kind of why, like, obviously Trolls and Scoob, but like this is very much the beginning of potentially a whole new trend or business opportunity moving forward. I think that these animated movies are going to do the numbers because if you buy, excuse me, if you buy this for your kids, it's so much easier, less hassle, less stressful than taking them to the actual movie theater. Like
Yeah.
when you're taking a kid to a movie theater, I mean, you guys frequent movies. You've seen kids. You're buying them pop. Like that is a very expensive
It's like a
kind of
$60
outing.
trip, depending on how many
Yes.
kids you have.
Yes, 100%. And that's why I think that Scoob will probably do fairly well because
I think it'll be another 40 to
kids.
50. I think it'll be another 40 to 50, depending on how they market it, though.
Yes.
Because Trolls, I mean, you saw everywhere on Twitter, Trolls this, Trolls that, this, that, this. All right, Scoob. Now it's Scoob's play to do, and Scoob is a bigger IP. There, I
Yeah.
mean, you could easily rack in 65, 70. Again, not maybe first day that weekend. I'm not gonna say it's gonna last forever, but I think Warner Brothers is doing something smart, and something else I think they're doing smart, and I just want to discuss this now is Tenet. I think fucking Tenet sticks, and I think it
What?
stays.
Dude,
I
I'm
think it. The only way it moves, the only ways it moves, is if theaters do not open back up,
that
Of
yes.
course, yeah.
Yes.
and that'll be the only reason. These are and me and Tyler Tompkins were discussing this. 3 reasons for why Tenet should stay. Number 1, Christopher Nolan wants to be the savior of everything, of all cinema. You know what I mean? He loves fucking cinema. Why not? 2, Tenet is projected to make $100 million right now. Well, right now, if theaters open back up.
Yeah.
The reason that being, and you really got to look at this, Warner Brothers is seeing this and they're going, well, shit, we're going to be the only movie in theaters. Right? Come
Yeah.
on, man. The third reason is they do not want Wonder Woman, which is more likely to make $1 billion, be the first guinea pig out.
Yeah.
They're going to want. And Warner Brothers has always been experimental. I know we give them shit about the DCU, but I think when it comes to films, they do. I mean, look at Dune. They're fucking putting, what, $250 million into Dune? So for me, they are gonna try. They know everyone loves Nolan. They know people will go out for Nolan. Tenet is what, a $250 million film as well. It's got to make at least $500 million to make its money back, but it's also not going to spawn a franchise. And this is a film that if it does take a hit, they know it could take a hit, but it's more likely to get Oscar stuff.
Mhm.
So I
Sure.
think it does stick in July if theaters reopen by June. I think
Yeah.
like June, somewhere around there. I think it'll stick in July, and I think we'll get it, and I think it'll be the first film we see. I think that is why it has not moved yet. Everything else
Yeah.
has moved except Tenet.
I mean,
I-
everything you, go
yeah.
ahead, Ren.
I was just gonna say I would like to be in full agreement with you. I just if the theaters don't reopen, that's not gonna happen. As much as I love Nolan, he's my favorite director of all time, and he wants to do that. It's just not gonna happen. But yesterday, I think you guys saw the interview as well. I believe it was on IndieWire that published the interview that he's ready. The thing that he said was he's ready to release Tenet should theaters reopen. If it doesn't, however, there's a movie that just moved that opened a very good date for Tenet to come out if the theaters aren't open in July, which was Venom being moved to
Yes,
2020.
that is a
Tenet
very
could go
smart move.
to October, and I think October is actually a really good date for it, as well as July is. What are your thoughts, Jared?
Yeah, Zach, now that you point out those 3 different things, 100%, I'm kind of like, okay, yes. It's just gonna be the theaters. It's really in their court. Are we gonna open up? Are we gonna have social distancing in the theaters? Are we gonna have all of these screens? Because yeah, it's only gonna be that movie and then throwback movies, I'm sure. I guess it really comes down to, yes, are the movie theaters gonna open? And then the casual fan, because I know us 3, we're going to see that movie. You know, I might throw a
Yeah.
mask on or whatever. I'm going to go see that movie. But I'm kind of curious on how the general public, the casual fan, is going to treat or react to things being open. I know that there's very loud, I don't know, I would say minority, I guess, of people that are like, open everything. I want life again. But then there's a
Mhm.
lot of people, like for example, my parents, they're a little bit older. They are not leaving the house unless they have to get groceries. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be this weird middle ground.
that's
Yeah.
true.
But I hope Zach is right. I hope we're talking again in 2 months, and I'm like, dude, you were so right.
Like, how
And
sick would
I'll
that
be very
be?
happy. Yeah.
It'd be amazing. I mean, if Tenet was the first film that comes out, and now watch Tenet suck. You know what I mean? Watch Tenet be the first Nolan film to be.
Don't say that.
Not
I
gonna
doubt
happen.
it. I mean,
There's
what do you guys
time
think?
crime.
What do you think is his weakest film?
I'll
Not including his original star. I would say after. Let's say after Memento, like Memento going forward.
Interstellar, but still, I love Interstellar.
Really?
I think Interstellar is fantastic,
think
and I
that's
think
his-
it's
I think that's
his
his
weakest.
I think it's his second best film.
Which
Really?
one is the weakest for you?
For me, okay, like weakest and rewatchable is different. Rewatchable wise, it's Dunkirk. I love Dunkirk. I just don't care to rewatch it a lot compared to Inception,
Okay.
Interstellar, all those. But his weakest film for me personally is Memento. I think that's literally his weakest film.
Okay.
I do not like Memento. I'm in the camp
Oh
that,
wow.
well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just not for me. Like, I've watched it 3 times. Like, this is the time I'm gonna like this movie. And every time I'm like, it's good. I don't think it's amazing though.
Okay.
I think. What about you, Jared?
You know what? I think I am right there with you with Memento because I think I don't know if it was spoiled or I missed the boat or I watched it way too late or a ex-girlfriend spoiled it. I don't know, but I watched it because I remember people praising the movie and I'm like, I mean, they filmed it backwards.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I get it, but I wonder if it's a time like a product of the time.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What do you guys think is his most underrated? I think it's The Prestige.
The Dark
Oh,
Knight
damn right, man.
Rises.
Oh, Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I love that movie. I don't get
Because
the
I,
hate.
I would agree that The Prestige is underrated, but everyone already loves it. While The Dark Knight Rises, everyone loved it when it came out, but all of a sudden, like 2 years back, I see a lot of quote unquote famous people on YouTube talk movies like, oh, this film is not so good suddenly. And I'm like, wait, but you loved it. There's a review from when the movie came out. You loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
and
we had a
and I think
meeting and we decided it's not good anymore.
yeah, but
Exactly.
you know what's funny? I think film ages weirdly for some people. Like, I mean, there's been films that I've seen and I'm like, yeah, this was not as good as the first time I've watched it. Um, that definitely is with, say, the prequels. Attack of the Clones. I used to love the shit out of it, and now I'm
Same.
older, and now I watch it and
That's
I
all
go,
that I watched
what
was
the fuck
Attack of
is
the
this
Clones.
shit? So it's
It's
funny, but I definitely I'm with you guys. Tenet stays. No matter what. I really it's gonna be the first film back in theaters, and that just makes
what
me fucking excited.
do you think that there's a date that they're like we need to pull the ripcord? Like this is moving like a set date. Once we're past this date, there's no moving it.
I don't
I
I
think
don't
they
I
move
don't.
it to the Venom date in
But
October.
Jared, I don't
Oh,
think
he
there's a
froze again?
time.
Oh no.
No. I think there's
Like
a you're talking about like, is there a date that they're like, after this we can't pull it anymore?
yeah, because of marketing, like all
Oh,
of the
okay.
trailers confusing people and all
I
that.
would have said yes if A Quiet Place didn't pull it the week of.
Okay, yep.
I
That
would
makes
have said
sense.
yes. But at the same
But the
time,
situation was also different then than it is now. Like
yeah,
now we're in the thick of it.
yeah. So I think marketing will start picking up the second they hear, okay, theaters are opening back up this date. I guarantee the next day we see trailer on trailer on trailer. Like, we get Dune, we get
Yeah.
Halloween Kills. I wouldn't even be surprised if we get a Venom teaser, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we get another Quiet Place. Like, you know what I mean? All the marketing is going to start rolling again. But I could see them also moving Tenet again. Like, if it says the week before it's supposed to come out, everything starts shutting down again. It gets way worse. They move Tenet to October. I could see that happening. And the other thing is, it could play with the marketing because it is a time travel
Yeah.
movie of some sort. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
so they
That's
could have fun with.
that's what I said when he said that he wanted to keep the movie in July. I said that yeah, it's coming out in July, but before the coronavirus because of the whole time thing.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
watched Inception again last night though. I
So
don't know
good.
how I don't know how he goes above that film. That film is fucking perfect. That is literally a revolutionary classic.
Yeah,
Like,
gotta agree.
I'm thinking of I'm thinking of not Interstellar. Fuck. What is it? Tenet? I'm thinking of Tenet and I'm just like, how does he hit that again? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck does he hit Inception levels again?
He hit it this past Monday on 420. That's how he hit it.
I fucking hate Inception. All right.
All right. Speaking of time and going back and forth, Jared, do you watch a TV show on HBO that comes out every Sunday called Westworld?
I do not.
Ah,
Unfortunately. See,
Yeah.
before you
Okay.
get into this, before you tell me I need to watch all this shit, I have TV is my biggest blind spot. There's so many shows, so many people saying that you need to watch this, and I watched stuff 5 years after it was popular.
I mean, maybe
But you know what?
you could wait at this point. If you haven't been spoiled, then Zach and I will be careful with
Yeah.
Well,
spoilers,
I
given that
I
you haven't seen.
remember when I was at work, like a desk job, everyone would talk about season 1, and I would read the articles about season 1. I don't know how it ends, so don't spoil it for me,
Yeah.
but it sounded very interesting.
So I'll say this, Jared. I know you say like TV is your blind spot, and that's a big part of mine is TV as well. I'm trying to get better during this quarantine because there's fucking nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Um, so I've watched like probably more TV and played more video games and touched myself a lot more in the last
I
2
can
months than I
relate
have
on
ever.
those last 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, Westworld is a very unique show. It's a very unique show. Um, and I've actually thought every season's gotten better and better and better. It's a show that like very much challenges the audience. Like you can't play on your phone while watching the show. You can't do so. You
Yeah.
have to legitimately like every scene goes towards something. Even if it's not in that particular moment, it will go towards something. So I mean, there's so many fantastic shows. I wouldn't say like if you're trying to like catch your blind spots, I wouldn't say this is the show to. I mean, it's one of them, but I would rather tell you to go watch Barry or Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, stuff like
Yep.
that. But Westworld's a fantastic show, and it got renewed for season 4. But it's also rumored to be going to season 6, which that's what I was surprised by.
I saw that, yeah, so I'm like, maybe if this goes on a little longer, I can just catch up on all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
But
you?
it's one of those shows. To me, it's by far my favorite TV show currently on TV. I won't say ever. I need for it to actually end for me to say where it stands on my favorite TV shows. But it's a fantastic show. I actually don't think it's gotten better through every season. Like the jury's out on this current season because it's not over yet. But I do prefer season 1 over season 2. Not that I dislike season 2, just I think season 1 is stronger. It's more
Do you
cohesive,
like season 3
and
more right now? Because I love season. I think season
I'm
3 is the best.
loving season 3. I just don't want to rank with
Mhm.
season 3 because it's not over yet. You know, there's like what
Yeah,
3 episodes left.
yeah,
If
and I think
they
the
could
the
fuck it
hardest
all. And
two. No, uh,
this was
no,
like
there's 2 left. 2.
it's
There's 2
8
left.
episodes.
Yeah, it's only 8.
Oh, I
It's only
thought
8.
it was 10. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I thought too. So that's the reason I love this season more. Is it's way faster paced. The first 2 seasons, it's like
True.
shit. You want an answer to something? Wait till
You're gonna have to
episode
wait.
10.
Yep.
This season, it's like you only gotta wait a couple episodes, or you do find out the next episode, or even in
Yeah.
that episode. But it's very intriguing. Like it's such a thought provoking show. The thing though was I thought. So I remember they said that they were planned for season 5. Like that's where they were going at Comic Con this year. They said that we have till season 5 to plan. But Westworld's kind of taken a hit each season
Yeah.
on an audience, but it still has a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
it might take a hit. Like Walking Dead takes a hit every fucking season, but like it's still one of the most viewed shows, which is like what I hate in like all the articles. They never say like this is still one of the most viewed shows out there. It just took a major hit, you know. So for me, Westworld, the way the season built up, I was like, I could see him going to one more season and that being it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how they go to 6 more seasons at this point. I thought going to 4 would have been nice, even 5 maybe. I don't know how you get to 6, especially with where they're at right now. It just feels like it was building up to a finale of everything. But
Mm.
again, I could be different in the way that they take season 4 and stuff. I just hope now that they're like, because the thing that actually surprised me was the creators of the show are going to Amazon Prime to create shows. They have a deal with them.
Oh, okay.
But they're still with HBO, and HBO announced that they're still going to be doing this show. So I'm like, don't pull a Game of Thrones, please. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope they don't continue the show after Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy and whatnot leave, because I don't think it works without him, like, at all. I think they're really the creative forces behind this. And it's a show I don't see running for a much longer time.
I
I
don't
could
think it
see
goes
it
to
going
6.
I think I could see it go to 6, but that's already the max. If they announce a season 7, I'll be like, okay, that's really
Yeah.
stretching it now.
To be
'Cause,
honest,
like, my
I think they'll
favorite
go
show
to
of all time.
5.
Yeah,
I think they'll go to 5
Um,
for sure.
I could see
Ren,
that. Yeah.
aside from you saying it's fantastic and you're loving it, like, what is it? Like, pitch me on it. Like, why should I watch the show?
Okay,
That's tough
if you want to show
Without
that
spoilers, I guess. Is that
without
possible?
spoil, that's the thing.
because the show,
Okay.
Jared, the show's so different now. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like the first season to the third season is so different. that it's
Basically
hard.
pitching you two different shows.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
pretty much say because it's written by Jonathan Nolan, who does a lot of stuff with Christopher Nolan because they're brothers. The Hellbrand
What?
pitched it. The Hellbrand pitch, I'll put it, if you love Nolan, it's a Nolan television show like that.
Okay.
I mean, and Ren can throw in more stuff into it, but that's how I kind of pitched it to my
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Zach said it himself. The show really challenges you. It just doesn't feed you, like spoon feeds you everything. And for every little thing that is a setup, even if you don't realize that it is a setup, there's always a great payoff. And it's one of those that ranges on your emotion. You're feeling extreme dread in one moment, but right following that, you're feeling extreme ecstasy and extreme happiness. And it just plays with you. It goes on your strings. It's philosophical. It's got a lot of ideological themes.
Mhm.
It's just there's no other show like it. There's no other show that talks about the things that they talk about. There's no other show that talks about the things that they talk about in the way that they talk about them.
So, follow up. Would you have sex with a robot?
Yes.
If it was Evan Rachel Wood, yes.
All right. That's
I
all
mean,
I
there's a lot
needed.
of robots in here. No, it's a really good show though, Jared. So
Yeah.
if you want intrigue,
But she
for
would
3
kill
plus
me right
seasons,
after. Let me just add that. If I had sex with an Evan Rachel Wood robot, she would kill me right after.
yeah,
I have no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
yeah. Let's move into the next thing though, and I think this is kind of the big topic for this discussion is Venom. We get a title. I fucking hate this title.
It sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
Legendary Carnage.
but you know what's funny? My friend, I posted, I was like, dude, I hate this title. And he texted me, he's not in the comic book films at all. He texted me, he's like, I like the title. I said, but imagine if it was Maximum Carnage. He's like, I still like the other one more. I'm like, how the fuck do you like that? I'm like trying to give him all my reasonings. He's like, I don't see any of your reasonings for why it should be Maximum Carnage and not Let There Be Carnage. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like Venom is a very silly character, and they're obviously still playing it along with that. I'm just like, what sounds better, and what will be marketed better? Because most people are just gonna call it Venom 2. That's just the
Yeah.
truth. Like I'm gonna call it Venom 2. I'm not gonna be like Venom, Let There Be Carnage. No, I'm gonna call it Venom 2 because that's what it is.
Yeah, same here. When I saw that title, I was like, it's basically one of those titles that tells you what's going to happen. Oh, that if Carnage is in the movie, we know there's going to be Carnage. That's literally what's going to happen. It's like Thor Ragnarok, Asgard explodes. I mean, we know what Ragnarok is, you know. Avengers Endgame, Tony snaps.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
So yeah. If you're one of the only people that never saw Endgame, which is funny, my parents this past week actually watched Far From Home, but they've never seen Endgame or
What?
Infinity or anything.
Oh no.
So I literally went downstairs. I'm like, I've already told you guys need to watch all these fucking movies, but you don't, and you just want to skip ahead. So here's what happened. Tony Stark died. My dad goes, really? I said, yeah, he fucking died. Tony Stark's dead.
I
He
like
goes,
that Zach talks this way to his father.
no, straight up. I'm like, Tony Stark's
Yeah, he
dead.
fucking died.
Yeah,
Watch
he's
this
fucking dead.
movie.
I'm like, oh yeah, Black Widow also died, and Captain America's old and died too. And he goes, wait, isn't Black Widow getting her own movie? My whole family's like, yeah. I'm like, takes place before, and he goes, that's fucking stupid. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, it's supposed to provide more depth. Just shh, listen to me. This and this and this has happened. This is what's going on with Spider-Man. He's pretty much gonna be the new Avenger. Bye. Watch the fucking movie. Like, and then they're like, I don't get it. Homecoming was better. I'm like, yeah. Because
'Cause
you
you
watched
watched.
everything beforehand. So it made a lot more fucking sense to you on what's going on. I'm like, trust me, they're like, we want to catch up on all these. So I had them watching them all. And then they're just like, we just want to watch what we want to watch. I'm like, you can do that, but you're gonna be fucking confused.
Are your
My
parents
par-
when they're watching movies, are they asking questions the whole time?
Dude, I can't watch movies with them anymore.
I'm
Like,
wondering if that's a product of age because my parents
dude,
do the same thing. I'm like, watch the movie, they're gonna answer the questions.
yeah. So my parents do it all the fucking time. And every time I watch a movie with them, I'm like, watch the movie. If they don't answer any of your questions at the end, take notes and then ask me
Yes.
at the end.
Yep.
And so my mom started doing that. I remember the last one they did that with was Uncut Gems. I had them watch Uncut Gems. And we've all seen it, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
unfortunately, yes.
I fucking love the movie. Fuck you, Ren. So you know,
Here we go. Here he
I
is.
win. I win.
I'm gonna come. So when it
I'm
gets to
gonna
the
come.
I'm gonna kill him, everybody. Yuck. Yuck. I cummed all over Minnie's face. Shit, Mickey, I'm sorry. That fucking was a lot.
Oh
You
God.
fucking closed
I
my
wish the
mouth
whole
down.
movie would be that cut.
Same.
Oh, same here. I agree with that one.
So here's my thing. When it got to the ending, I'm like, fuck, they're gonna, you know what I mean? My jaw hit the floor. Every person I've ever watched this film with, their jaw hit the floor. It happened, they're like, ah, that was dumb. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then
I
like we
like
watched
your
Knives,
parents.
yeah, and then
I
we
like
watched
your-
Knives Out, and my mom's asking all these questions. I'm like, it's a fucking mystery. Watch the movie and you find out the mystery.
But they
See,
want
my-
it now, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then when I spoil, like one time I was like, fuck it, this happens, and they're like, that's a spoiler. I'm like, you just asked me what happened, so I fucking told you.
You see, my mom is like that because for some reason that I still don't understand, she loves spoilers. Like watching
You know
Endgame.
what's funny?
If
Oh
Tony
my
Stark is gonna die, she wants to know if Tony Stark is gonna die.
Yeah.
Like
No.
my father, no. He sits there, you watch the movie. One of the best people to watch movies with. My mom, on the other hand, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I have this friend that is the same fucking way. We went and saw Get Out. And in the middle of the theater, they went to the bathroom, came out, and they're like, I know what happens at the end. I said, are you fucking kidding me? You went out to
Wow.
go look up a spoiler. And they do that all the time. Like, when I saw Endgame and Infinity War, the first thing they asked, who died? Who died? Who died? I'm like, I'm not telling you. Like, I'm not fucking telling you. We're
Yeah.
all gonna go see it Friday or Thursday night. That's when you'll get your answers. And I remember when Red Skull popped up in Infinity War. Given they are not comic book verse, they went, Hellboy's in this?
Oh my God.
And I
I
went,
would
I
have
turned,
got up, walked out, and been like, we can't be friends.
no, I looked at her, and all of us did. All of us looked at her and went, are you fucking stupid?
The fuck is wrong with you?
And then and this is the same friend that like so like I love dressing up as Deadpool. You guys know this. So we took, and I hadn't talked to this friend in probably like 2 years. So we went as a big group to go see Deadpool, I remember. And she goes, is this the movie Zach made? How did he get a big theater? And I shaked my head and I'm like, you fucking idiot.
This just sounds like a very precious person.
They're blonde. That opens it up to you.
Perfect.
It sounds like one
yeah.
of those friends you keep on saying, "Oh, honey," too.
Oh, honey. I like how this conversation on Let There Be Carnage veered into our parents and
But
spoilers.
that's how it goes, man. Because we're talking
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
It's always like this.
I
So Jared,
I
do you like
will
the title?
I mean, I saw the title probably 5 hours after the internet saw it. I wasn't on my phone, so everyone's like, "Oh, this is bad, blah blah blah." And I agree. Like any comic book, anyone that's in it, Maximum Carnage was like, that's number one, circled 18 times. Like, why
Yeah.
didn't you do that?
It's
But-
way easier to type in algorithm wise. Plus, when we're typing in the title, I don't like making a long fucking title on YouTube.
Yeah, no. Like fucking what that's a whole different thing. I was gonna
Like
say
Birds
Birds
of
of Prey. Yeah.
I didn't want to type in
Um,
Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. I'm like,
Well, YouTube, you run out of characters to put that
Yeah.
in. I do think that they maybe did some research, and like you're saying, your friend who's a casual fan, it's going to hit with them a little bit more because maybe they don't know who Carnage is. So when they
That's
say
the
"Let there be carnage," there's going to be destruction, and then when
and
they're
that's
watching the
what's
movie,
shot from it.
yeah, and when they watch the movie, they're like, "Oh, this has a different meaning." There's a guy wearing a carrot top wig that is
Which
Carnage.
he isn't anymore. He isn't anymore. Which
I want it back. I'm going to boycott
is?
the movie. Bring it back.
No, he's not.
Right.
No, there was I mean, unless they took it out, there was a picture that got posted of Tom Hardy and him together
He
on
like
set,
shaved his head
and
or
he
something.
does, and
right?
yeah, he just shaves his head, and it's like
Yeah.
orange. I'm like, I
I mean-
kind of dig that more.
Why would they even let him get into prison with that hair? He could be hiding a knife in there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
of
he looked like
course.
Sideshow Bob from Simpsons. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind that. It didn't bug me that much. I think for Venom though, I liked the first Venom. I didn't mind it. I liked it. I didn't think it was terrible by any means. I think the first act is god awful though. I think the first act is fucking terrible. But I think the thing that once it kind of started going a little bit wacky, I'm like, all right, we're going 80s vibe comic Venom, and that's when I was kind of sold on the movie. I still have a feeling while Andy Serkis is directing this, they're gonna do the same realm because that's what made the movie so popular to the general movie audience goers.
Mhm. Well, and see, that's
I
the thing
guess.
is like for all of us, we were so used to moving away from that early 90s, late 80s comic book type movie, and they were like, "We're doing it. We're leaning into it." And it could have been the greatest decision ever or a happy mistake, but obviously that movie made a bajillion dollars.
Dude, I
Yeah,
had someone
that's
at my
true.
work, again, a lot of people I work with, general movie audience goes, this girl hates comic book films, came up to me, "Did you see Venom?" I said, "Yeah, I thought it was good." She goes, "I loved it. I've seen it twice."
Wow.
And I'm like, "You saw it twice?" She's like, didn't like Infinity War. She didn't like any of
Uh,
that stuff, but she loves Venom. So it's
I
funny.
I remember I disliked Venom a lot more like when I was watching it on first viewing that I do now. I still dislike it. I still think it's a bad movie. Literally the only thing that works for me is Tom
Tom Hardy.
Hardy
Yeah.
and Tom Hardy as Venom.
I actually
Yeah.
Uh,
didn't mind the action sequences either. I mean, a lot of people complain that it's a CGI Mod Podge. What the fuck are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Well,
What are
yeah,
you gonna do?
it's
Like,
dark. It's too
it's
dark
I
for
don't
our
Venom.
I don't mind the
tastes.
CGI hodgepodge. I mind that they specifically chose Riot because Riot
Yeah,
looks. I mean, why not choose a yellow symbiote? And even
Yeah.
if you try it, change his color. Who the fuck cares? You
Yeah,
know?
no, only comic book purists would
that's
Yeah,
why
care.
this one's gonna
yeah,
be a lot cooler with the red. That's what's gonna
Oh,
be cool.
yeah. That's the thing. I mean, what bothers me the most sometimes in comic book movies, specifically, which you guys know that I love. I'm like the biggest offender of comic book movies. My favorite movie of all time is a comic book movie. Um, is like it's such a colorful realm that you can play with so much. And Venom, especially, it was leaning into that '90s cheese
mhm.
and whatnot, and you go for a movie that is so colorful in its tone, metaphorically, but then visually it's so devoid of color. It's happening in San Francisco, and everything looks so kind of grayish.
Yeah,
It
gray,
really just,
drab.
Yeah,
it just. I mean, it was the same cinematographer as A Star Is Born, so I guess that makes sense. But just
it
odd
looked
choices.
decent, but I think Andy Serkis taking his directing efforts, he's a
Yes.
very great director. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't loved all of his films, but
Yeah.
I've seen the greatness in his directing. I think Breathe is his best made film. It's a really well made film. I think Mowgli is the showcase for this because Mowgli, while I don't love it, I love elements of it. And I think that was a more of a studio thing that kind of fucked with that
Mhm.
movie and the whole thing, the original Jungle Book. So I think him taking on this is really cool. Now, let's get into predictions and theories. Does Spider-Man show up in this? I'm saying
One
yes.
one thousand percent.
Tom Holland is showing up in this.
I think so because of the picture that I sent you yesterday that the Tom Hardy
Yeah.
shared on his
Which
Instagram, but
do you
then
want me to
deleted.
yeah, do you want me to show I can share my
Did
screen
you
and show
see
it.
it, Jared?
Yeah, the one where he's eating him.
Yeah, he's
Share
like
screen.
kind of
Here
biting
it is.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Here it is so people can see it
Yum
overall.
yum 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 yum.
Am I sharing my screen?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
here it
So
is.
I love that. I love that. Then he deleted it pretty fast. So and look, it's the exact Tom Holland suit. You have that little black thing. I mean, that's
Yeah,
Tom Holland's suit. So I have a feeling, just kind of going into that, that this is. Am I back on, or am I
Yeah.
still?
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So I have a feeling with that. I I'm gonna say this. So obviously, this Spider-Man 3 is scheduled to release 3 weeks later after
Yeah.
that,
Exactly. Exactly.
and they didn't move it. They didn't move it, and that's my thing. They're moving everything, but they didn't move it. And I know a lot of people are like, "Well, what about Uncharted?" They're gonna film Spider-Man 3 before fucking Uncharted. There's no way. What are they gonna
100%.
do? Their billion-dollar property or an IP they can't get off the fucking ground? They're
By
gonna do
by the
billion,
time he's going to be Nathan Drake, he will actually have aged
which
into Nathan
Exactly.
Drake.
which kind of segueing a little bit. I'm just a tangent. We do this all the time on Geeks of the Round Table. Watching Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception yesterday, he would be a great Nathan Drake. That whole sequence of him running through, I saw Nathan Drake or Indiana Jones vibes right there. I'm
Mhm.
just saying, like, he might not look like Nathan Drake, but
Mhm.
I just think a good performance is all I need. So, but just
I
take it
think
out.
Leo is one of those actors that if he was announced as Nathan Drake, no one would give a shit that he doesn't
No,
look like Nathan
no,
Drake.
no.
You know?
Well,
I would
because
shit
yeah,
my
he'd turn in a great performance.
Yeah,
yeah. I
exactly.
mean,
It's
Blood
just
Diamond, man. Blood Diamond's probably the closest we'll ever get to a
100
Nathan
really
Drake
good.
type.
Yeah.
But going back, I think he shows up. I'm even willing to say it's more than a cameo.
I think he shows up in the post credit scene and that's it.
Well,
See, I have a feeling Venom's gonna be in Spider-Man 3.
I
That
I
one I don't agree with.
really, I think a small thing. I'm not talking main villain thing, but what I think's gonna happen is obviously they're setting up Venom to be this anti-hero. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I think's gonna happen. Venom is going to defeat Carnage in some way. Carnage ain't gonna die though. There's no way they fucking kill
No,
Carnage. And
no.
what?
I hope so.
If they do kill him, that was the dumbest choice ever.
Yeah.
But so what I think's gonna happen is Venom and Eddie are gonna be like, well, look, this Spider-Man guy killed people. Let's go stop him, and that becomes the whole thing of it. I don't.
Like
So you
almost a
think Venom is like
misinterpretation, information
Yeah.
type thing.
So you think like
Yes.
Venom is the quote unquote villain of Spider-Man 3?
He might be. I still don't think. I still think it's Craven. I still think Craven's the villain.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because they got to set up the Sinister Six, which I'm already getting annoyed because I know Sinister Six is gonna have Morbius and Venom in it, and that just pisses me off the bat.
Morbius.
Because both
Yeah.
those characters, from what I understand, they're not even a part of the I think there's
No.
a version with Venom, but I
Yeah,
don't
Not
think.
Venom
Morbius.
has been a part of
But
the Sinister
Morbius
Six.
is like an anti-hero. That's
Now
the
he
thing that
is. Now he
Yeah.
is. He started as a real villain. I
Yeah.
loved Morbius when he was
Yeah.
a villain. In
But that's
the
my thing. Is I
in-
don't want him as in the Sinister Six. He has no reason to be in the Sinister Six that I know of. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
maybe
For all I
after-
know. Okay, so that's my thing. I think Venom. I think that's how it sets up, and I think we get the next Venom film will be Venom versus Spider-Man, and I
Dude,
think Spider-Man will continue to kind of do its own thing. I think Spider-Man 3 will do this, and then Spider-Man 4 will be Sinister Six.
Dude, I find myself in such a weird position because growing up reading Spider-Man comics and watching the Spider-Man the Animated Series, which is
Oh
still
yeah.
the Spider-Man cartoon ever, and I find myself in this position where I don't want Spider-Man and Venom to be in the same movie because I watched the first Venom movie and I so didn't like it, and I love these MCU.
You know he filmed a scene, right?
What?
You know
Yeah.
he filmed a
See,
he
that's what I
filmed
was
a
gonna
scene,
say.
yeah, for the first one.
Yep.
And
Oh, okay.
Kevin Feige said, "Take that the fuck out."
Well, that was before
Thank
they
you,
made $1
Kevin
billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And John Schnepp was the one that said that, and then more and more details came out that no, he really filmed a scene, not as Spider-Man, but as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just like from what I had heard, and again, no one has seen it. It was just kind of them walking by each other, maybe bumping into each other. And it was him as Peter Parker. But I'm just kind of curious because why would Peter Parker then be in San Francisco?
Exactly.
So
That's what I was
the
about
thing
to
I
ask.
heard though was that Eddie was in New York,
Okay,
and it was like a kind of a flashbacky thing,
that'd
Oh,
be cool.
like back to because I think from what we understand, he used to live there. I think that's what we understand,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
He
yeah,
said
because
lived
didn't he
there
have to
for-
leave because of
it's
his
so
bad
loaded.
reporting?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which
so
could
loose.
tie into J. Jonah Jameson, who I will also say, well, actually,
I don't know. There's I see
Well,
the connections
I
you're going
know
for, and I
something-
want it.
I know something about Morbius and Venom that I don't know if I should say.
Please don't.
Okay.
Well,
You're
it's
gonna
about-
tell us after we turn off the camera.
Well, I can say it. I just don't know if you guys want to hear it.
I
It's
mean,
not
it's-
I wouldn't count it as a spoiler.
Okay, what is it?
Okay.
J. Jonah Jameson's in Morbius, and he's in Venom. He's supposed to be in Venom. I know he's in Morbius though.
Well-
he was on the cast list for it. Like the email that came out and said the cast. He's on the list.
Well, and also the same design for the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
Okay.
in. Yeah, he's in it. Venom, he's rumored to also be in too. It's just he's not on the cast list for that. But neither was. I think like the cast list literally has like Woody Harrelson, Tom Hardy, and what's her fucking face? That doesn't even need to be in it again.
Michelle
Um,
Williams.
Yeah.
That's all we need, just those three.
Yeah.
No one else. Empty
So-
sets, empty because it happens during the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But,
But
yeah.
Eddie and Cletus are protected due to the symbiotes.
But,
yeah, they're wearing
yeah, so
masks.
I think Venom and Spider-Man tie in soon, and I think that's how we get it. And Spider-Man 3 will set that up too. Something with the Sinister Six. I mean, Morbius already has a big ball dropping with Vulture at the end.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Which they
saying
just
that-
wasted in the trailer.
Can we say it? That's an end credit scene? That's a fucking.
Oh, I absolutely agree. 100%. It's
If
an
there's-
end scene.
There's no way in hell that fits in the story in any way other than a post-credit scene
If like yeah, see that's the thing is
or the
I'm
very
like,
ending of the movie.
why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because think about it, I didn't care to see Morbius until I saw that.
Well, yeah, but like
But that's
why?
the thing.
You
That's
could
the
have done other things because the Spider-Man with the killer thing in the background already had my attention.
That's the thing. You know what that scene did? It doesn't. It didn't make you interested in seeing Morbius. It made you interested in seeing that scene in Morbius. Because
Yeah.
it's just happens to be that if it was, I don't know. Let's say A
What if it's
Star Is Born
not?
is coming out. Yeah. that could be it too. Imagine if A Star Is Born is coming out and suddenly Bradley Cooper encounters Michael Keaton and he's wearing the same clothes he was wearing at the end of Homecoming. You're like, holy shit, A Star Is Born is in the MCU.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
Dude,
Make you
can I
interested.
just say something? I
Yeah.
feel like Kevin Feige turned on that morning, clicked the Morbius trailer, is watching it, and goes,
What the fuck?
"What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, and someone called Michael Keaton. He's like, "Hey, can you come down and just do this scene quick?" I don't know if no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Just say what's up, Doc?
Yeah.
So,
But you know what though? I actually do have a feeling Morbius is gonna tie in a lot more than we think. And I think that's the deal that they made for Spider-Man though. I think they said, "Hey, you can reference our stuff. You just anything that's like a little bit more than that, you gotta ask us." You know what I
Well,
mean? And I think
yeah.
that's what like Daredevil and Punisher, they can do it. And I think it'll work fine. It'll just get confusing when we have to rank the MCU films. Do we include Venom now? Do we include Morbius now?
do
I-
you think they want to risk having Jared Leto around the big cast again? That's the
No.
real question.
No. I
don't know.
still do not get the thought process of making a Morbius film. I still do not
Me
get the fucking-
neither. And I love the character. I'm probably the only guy who loves the character.
And you know what, Ren, I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna like Morbius because I'm a fucking Spider-Man fucking freak about everything Spider-Man. So
I
don't
loved
know.
the
I know
90s
he's
cartoon where
Yeah.
he would
So-
like he would suck blood
Yeah.
out of his hands. That
because
was
they
funny.
couldn't do the mouth thing, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
right? Like they had to do it out of the hands because of like
Yeah.
scaring kids or something. I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm excited for this next Venom. I think it's actually gonna be a decent film. At least not even decent. I think it'll actually be really good because we're gonna kind of also know the tone going in. But I think it ties into Spider-Man very heavily. We see Peter Parker or Spider-Man. I think it's just gonna be on a news thing. That's how they can keep it so under the radar.
Dude, I know Morbius is Sony, but you know who I'd love to see it tied to? Mahershala Ali as Blade.
Oh my god.
That's another one, man.
They've
It's not
gotta
gonna
be
happen.
connected.
But hey,
I mean,
but
I
Ren,
don't think it's gonna
but Ren,
happen.
you don't know that. This
I know.
we don't know anything about the Spider-Man deal. Like we said, for all we know, Kevin Feige might have been like, "Fine, we'll contradict. You can use these characters at times." You know what I mean? But we get Spider-Man whenever we want, and it just has to connect to the overall Green story. You know, but I think I've already told you this. Blade's gonna show up in Doctor Strange, if anything. That's the first thing he's gonna show up, and he's gonna show in the next Doctor Strange first.
I could see that fitting.
Yeah, or Moon Knight. It'll either be Moon Knight or that one that'll show up in. So it's interesting. Do we think Spider-Man 3 gets pushed back? I think there's
No.
a chance it doesn't. I think
I
there's a
hope
chance it
not
doesn't.
because
I mean-
then yeah, it definitely like cements the fact that
Yeah.
he's going to somehow be connected.
And
I
can you
mean-
imagine if Venom ends and Spider-Man's in it, everyone's gonna go see the next Spider-Man film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone will.
I mean, there's a chance it gets pushed back, sure, but I don't think it does. I mean, if we're averaging, I'm saying it's staying. If I have to bet on one or the other, I think it's staying.
'Cause
Well, I
the only
think
thing I'm thinking right now is like while we're all stuck inside, people don't get like they're writing scripts, they're pre-production, they're
Yeah.
still doing all these things. Like Euphoria is doing table reads on Zoom. They're gonna do the same thing for Spider-Man. That way, the second this ends, and they can get back to producing and going back to stuff, they're gonna go straight back into it. And
Yeah.
I think September is when they said like for stuff, but I think that's for Marvel and Disney. I don't think Sony's around for that. So for all we know, stuff starts opening back up July. They start back on Spider-Man. That's a whole year. They can finish it in a year. And for all we know,
Mhm.
they already are pre-rendering CGI stuff, getting all that stuff fit, assets. So
That I don't know about. I can't quite explain it, but as someone who lives with a VFX artist, I don't think that's entirely possible.
oh,
Depends on the area within visual effects, of course, but
Mhm.
most of them really can't start to happen.
yeah. But at least it's pre-production. I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Do you think they know? Do you think they've already casted? And do you think they know who the villain is for Spider-Man 3?
Jared?
I mean, like you guys have said, and what I've been rumored, and one guy we haven't seen is Craven. Like,
How do we-
it's going
yeah.
to. I think. Okay, does Spider-Man show up does that movie come out before Black Panther 2?
Yes.
Okay. Because my whole thing was like he is going to be part of Wakanda, and that's why he.
Oh, that would be
Mm,
cool.
now none of that makes sense.
But he could still tie back into it. They could
Yeah,
use him in there.
yeah.
Um,
That's who I
there's a
think.
mhm. The other villain I actually think could be Chameleon. I think Chameleon would be a really cool villain to use in this.
Chameleon is interesting.
You could do Chameleon and Scorpion because Michael Mando's kind of grown to be a bigger actor now because of Better Call Saul. Which we all know Scorpion's going to come into play. Scorpion's going to be a part, like when they do finally do the Sinister Six, they're not going to have all big character. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
they're going to have the smaller ones, which could be a Scorpion, which
Well,
and a Shocker probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think they bring back what is it, Joaquin Woodbine for the Shocker role?
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
think they
really
bring
don't want-
someone
I
new.
really don't want him back. I really don't want them back as Shocker. I don't even want the fucking Shocker in there. To be completely honest with you.
Well, he was. I mean, he was one of the main 6 back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the incarnation they used of him. Personally, for me, I'm the type. I want a Sandman, Doc Ock, Mysterio, Kraven, Green Goblin, and a Vulture. Those are the ones I want.
But that's the thing. I don't think in the movies would work because those are all A-lister villains.
Mhm.
you
And
know?
that's the thing. They're not going to use Doc Ock and Green Goblin, at least in the first iteration of them.
No.
Yeah.
Which I
Maybe
would
Doc-
love
well-
to see what they look like in the MCU.
Maybe
Yeah.
Doc. I could see them maybe doing Goblin. Actually, not Doc Ock. Maybe Goblin because it's been a while. I could even make the argument for Doc Ock as well. Sandman's not clamored, which I'll argue. I think he's one of the best Spider-Man villains ever in a live-action movie. He's really one of the only best parts about Spider-Man 3 is Sandman. So-
Dancing scene.
But I do think it's great. I think J. Jonah Jameson will become part of a villain for that as well. In a sense.
I don't
In
know.
a sense.
I think. Sorry. I
Well,
think
yeah,
we're going
Ren,
to
you're-
see.
Ren,
Sorry,
you know
go
so
ahead.
much more about comics and stuff. Like I'm trying to grasp from the '90s cartoon I grew up with like who are some villains that you would just love to see that haven't been used. Obviously, Lizard has.
Also,
Doc Ock, Green Goblin, like
so
that
I just
stuff.
found something back from March, which is I don't know if it's true or not. A leak claimed that there's going to be 2 villains for this film, which will be Kraven and Scorpion. Those will be the 2 main villains for it, which will set up. So then we'll have Kraven, Scorpion, Vulture,
Morbius.
Mysterio. Mysterio's coming back. There's no way they do not.
100%.
Morbius.
Morbius and Venom.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that Morbius and Venom are in there. But you also know what I could see. The only thing I don't get is why is Vulture going after him? That's the only thing I don't get. Because they seem pretty buddy in the last one.
Yeah. I don't know. But
and then
villains that
according to leakers, Marvel wants a big actor for Kraven, and people are looking at Henry Cavill. It's rumored that they've been looking at Henry Cavill for him.
Ooh.
With or without the mustache?
Dude, they'd have to have the mustache.
Please
They'd have
bring it.
to have the mustache.
Yeah.
Because
Dude,
that fits
I
for
love
Kraven.
that.
I do
I mean,
too.
on one hand, I would hate it because I'd want Harry Cavill to be like a superhero just to have a movie of his own. But on the other hand,
it's a
like
Sony film. He could get his spinoff.
I know. But damn, that's a really out there good choice.
Yeah, it's
And-
also rumored that Jane Lynch and Joe Keery are being linked to the roles for films. Dude, I could see Joe Keery playing Henry Osborn.
Henry Osborn, fake
Yeah.
fan right here. It's Harry Osborn.
Oh, Harry, fuck. But I could see him playing Harry. I want Timothy Chalamet to play that role. I think he'd fucking nail it.
But I think Joe Keery, not that he's a better actor than Timothy Chalamet, but I think he's a better, like visually speaking, a better opposite to Tom Holland.
Yeah, which makes sense. But I love Henry Cavill as Kraven.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this: if he gets casted, he ain't ever being Superman again. There's no
Oh.
way in hell he'll be Superman again.
100%.
But I think that would be a cool way to kind of be like, hey, DC, fuck you. We're taking
Yeah.
and that movie automatically gains a lot more. The only reason I could see him not being it is because they halted production on Witcher season 2, which is supposed to go back. The second Spider-Man is also supposed to film. So that's the only reason I could see him not being Kraven, unless Kraven's not even the villain. You know what I mean? Then it doesn't even
Yeah.
matter. But I love that choice. If we're gonna bring him in to be anyone, I mean, that would be the perfect thing. The only other character I'd like to see him in is Adam Warlock. I think he'd actually be a pretty cool Adam Warlock.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah, we want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments because this is something big to hear. I'm so curious with what they do after Spider-Man Far From Home. The way they ended it, it's just like, where do you go next? Where possibly? I personally think they're gonna solve the whole thing pretty early on in the film, or at least address it. I mean, you kind of have to. I know we've talked about maybe Daredevil or She-Hulk showing up as a lawyer. I still think that's a possibility. And you know what? Like the thing is people are worried about so many characters. It just depends on how you do them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have She-Hulk pop in a while, you don't have to have her be She-Hulk. You can just have the actress play the original version of her before she goes She-Hulk. Or if you have Charlie Cox play Daredevil, we know who Daredevil is. We know who Murdoch is. Have him be the lawyer. That's it.
Yeah, you just have a blind lawyer in a courtroom, and it's like, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Maybe he comes to help him out, you know? But besides that, I don't know. Who knows? It's interesting. Any other theories or predictions you guys have before we go to the last part of the show?
No, but Jared, you were just asking me about more Spider-Man villains. I mean, Craven is up there because my favorite comic book storyline ever of Spider-Man is Craven's Last Hunt. It's just fucking believable. But more villains that they haven't used yet, and we know that Kevin Feige doesn't want to use villains that have already been used in other films, like Spencer and Alistair Smythe would be amazing.
Ooh,
also
yeah.
from the 90s season and series, and they could be recurring villains. The Red Goblin would be cool when they eventually cross over with Venom.
Isn't Ned supposed to be a version of a Goblin, like the Hobgoblin?
He has the same name of one of the people who has become the Hobgoblin, which
I don't
I
ever
also
see that
love
happening.
Hobgoblin.
I
don't see it happening. I think it was just a tip of the
this
hat.
This is the last thing I want to throw in. Another character we could possibly get in here is Prowler. We could get Donald Glover back as Prowler now because there are iterations where Prowler hunts Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, you know who I think would be an amazing villain that Sony would love? And since they want to create so many Spider-Verse, quote-unquote, movies, the Jackal. Because the Jackal kidnaps Spider-Man and he makes copies with his blood, and then we have Scarlet Spider, which is
one of my favorite iterations of Spider-Man.
Yeah, but not Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider, Kane's Scarlet Spider, which is a kind of anti-villain Spider-Man. He has these piercing blades like coming out of his elbows.
Whoa.
It's just really awesome. Like his first run in the comics, the tagline was "All the power, none of the responsibility." It's awesome. He's a badass.
One last thing I want to throw in. This is the last question I'll ask both of you. I know me and Ren have discussed it. Jared, do you think we get a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse live action with Tom Holland in the next 10 years?
God, I hope so. I mean, with the fact that you're introducing the multiverse of madness.
And do you think Tobey and Garfield are in it? I think they could get Garfield back. I don't think they get Tobey.
That's what I was saying. Someone the other day was talking to me, and they're like, "Oh, they could easily get Tobey," and I'm like, "That guy is gone. Like he is."
Yeah.
Toby's a fucking dick, from what I.
Well,
heard.
I mean, Molly's Game, like that's him.
That he's supposed to be, which I actually just watched for the first time. Really good movie. That's a really good movie.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I think
he produced Brittany Runs a Marathon too.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, he produced it, and I know someone who went to like one of the live Q&As, and all he did, he just wanted to meet Tobey Maguire. He just wanted to meet Tobey Maguire. This dude left like right after. They had everyone else there except him. He showed up, said hi, and left.
I would love to see it because there's so much wealth of IP there. But do you think that it could potentially be double dipping since the animated is going to do that?
Yeah.
Yes and no. I think if you do it right. I think because you can bring in those animated versions. Could you imagine Haley Steinfeld showing up as a Gwen Stacy Spider-Man?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Could you see I don't know the guy's name exactly, but the guy showing up as a how am I blanking today?
Miles Morales.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Shamik
you could see
Moore.
him. Shamik Moore. You could see him showing up, and it could play off that. But I could also see what they do is in Spider-Verse have a live action sequence. I could
Dude.
totally
Mm,
see them doing it.
Dude,
that'd be
I
so
don't
weird, but
necess-
it would work.
yeah, I don't necessarily want that, but if having that would mean that we get to see live action Nicolas Cage playing Spider-Man Noir,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Well, also, you know who else I was thinking? Oscar Isaac in the 2099 costume.
Dude, I
Give
want a
me
live action
all of that.
2099 Spider-Man.
That
Miguel
would be
O'Hara, one
wild.
of my favorite
Yeah.
Spider-Man ever.
I love Oscar Isaac. Just it's amazing. But guys, let's get into the fucking game. Let's get to the game.
Let's get into the fucking game. Get your apps out, gentlemen, and this is not a euphemism. Okay,
And we're
going-
not sponsored by this at all.
Yeah, we're
fucking
not.
sponsored.
We're going to be playing a game, and we thought Jared was a perfect guest for this because he's just a very relaxed, funny guy, you know. So we
The
just want
funniest YouTuber. The
Yeah.
funniest.
I'm so high strung, you guys don't understand.
and the app is called Frank. It looks like this. He has this red monkey right here covering his mouth, and this has all sorts of games. We could play some other games, but YouTube would demonetize us. So we're just going to fantasize about celebrities and dream big with our friends. All right.
Ooh, I'm a shark.
I'm a
All right.
cow.
You're a cow. You can
Does it show
change
my-
the animals. I
Does
didn't
it say
choose
my
mine.
name? Does it say my name?
Yeah, you're Pooh.
Yeah, poo.
So
Oh, it doesn't say the whole thing. Damn it! My name is Pooh Bear the Third.
Oh,
I'm going to
you have
choose
such a
Pooh.
legacy.
Yeah.
Okay, Pooh. Name a celeb you would
Woo.
divorce, one you would seek an open relationship with. Okay.
Wait. So what do I do? Ren
You
is
have-
assigning me a task.
I'm going to give you 3 celebrities. You have to name someone you would divorce and one you'd seek an open relationship with. And those are the choices are Daniel Radcliffe, Emma
Okay.
Stone, and Perez Hilton, whoever the
So I
fuck
only-
that is.
So I have to choose to divorce someone, correct?
Yes, and
And open relationship,
relationship.
and then kill the other one.
I guess.
Yeah, let's say
Okay, so
kill the
Perez
other one.
Hilton, I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm just gonna kill her. I don't know who that is.
No, it's
Daniel
wait.
Radcliffe, I'm gonna divorce him, take all the fucking money I possibly can from him. All that Harry Potter money, I'm gonna say he fucking beat me, he killed me. Apparently Warner Brothers just does not care if people do that. So I know his lawyers will at least pay me off so I don't make a stunt about it. And Emma Stone, I mean, I just want an open relationship so I can share her with you guys.
Ah,
So we
Oh,
can
you're
all
so
go on dates.
generous.
There you go.
what are you going to say, Jared? You were going to say something.
The Perez Hilton, isn't he like that goofy guy that runs some website for like it's like TMZ or something?
Yeah.
I literally never
I think
heard of
so.
him before.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so now I select someone, right?
Yeah.
Let's do Jared, the shark.
Ooh. Put your phone
All
away.
right. You name 3 celebrities. J-Buck, say which one you would like to meet, one on a movie set, and fall in love with.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so I want to meet one on where?
You want to meet one on a movie set and fall in love with.
Oh, I just get to pick one. Okay.
Name 3. You gotta meet.
Oh,
name 3. Yeah.
Let's see here.
You want to abuse Daniel Radcliffe too? That's okay.
No, not Daniel Radcliffe. Who's Hermione again? Emma
Emma
Watson. Oh my geez. Emma Watson, that's one. 2 would be oh my gosh. Who is it? Who played Gigi in Booksmart? Oh, Billy Lord.
Oh,
Billy Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Lord. I think that she would just absolutely be hilarious. And then let's switch it up. I'm gonna say Oscar Isaac. I think he's a down to earth,
wow.
cool guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right then. So success.
Now it's
Did your partner really succeed? Got it. Boom.
now J
yes.
Buck is assigning.
All right.
Continue. Ooh, I got 60 coins.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Ren, do I click on your name then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just going to be a game between you and Zach.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, J-Buck. If Ren were to become famous, what do you think would get them involved in a scandal? Is it a sex tape, shoplifting, or alcoholism?
Ooh. I know the answer, Jared. But
What
do
is
you?
it?
That is the question.
I want it. I hope it's number 1.
I mean, I at least like to believe none of those would happen. But if any of those would happen, it would totally be number 1.
The sex tape.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but maybe this is just out of my realm. Do people still shoplift?
Yes,
Really?
I
Yeah?
work in TJ Maxx. Do you know how many fucking people shoplift all the fucking time? It's so fucking annoying. And the biggest thing about this, I know I'm ranting on this, but real fast, it is so annoying. Do you know there was a couple in Arizona who made over $2.5 million from shoplifting?
What the
They would
fuck?
hire people to go and steal for them, and then the only reason they got caught is because one of those people got caught and said they fucking robbed that they were stealing.
They ratted
Oh
them
my
out.
god.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Again, we're getting way off topic, but isn't it a thing where you can't stop them?
Some
N-
stores. So
yeah, Apple Store, for instance, does that.
yeah, so
Yeah, so it's like
so okay, here's the thing. A lot of places will stop. They can't stop you. So like I don't know how much. In general, you cannot there's usually loss prevention in every building. But
yeah,
here's the thing. Usually they can stop. Here's the thing. They can stop you, but they'll just ask for the shit back and then they'll either
Yeah.
call the cops or if you run, you run. They can't like chase you fucking down the street, you know what I mean?
okay. We're not trying to give advice to people on how to
No,
shoplift
no,
now.
I mean, you can't even shoplift right now. But here's the thing, though. These people who shoplift try to return it to other stores, or they try and sell it online, and then the
Gotcha.
LP finds that and gives it to the cops, and then the
Yep.
cops go and arrest the person. So there have been people who like, I know they're shoplifting. They'll keep returning shit. I have all their information in the computer. You know, you can put two and two together. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You can put two and two together on what loss prevention, the security, everyone in that kind of does. I don't know all the fine details in that, but I'll tell you this: don't fucking steal because you're gonna eventually get caught. That's what I'll say. Like,
It's a
there's
slippery slope, people.
yeah. I mean, like
Yeah.
I stole stuff when I was a kid, and I don't feel good about it. So,
The only things I've stolen are hearts.
ooh, ooh. See, I stole
Smooth, Jared.
band-aids. I stole band-aids when I was younger. Don't ask why.
Yeah.
My parents didn't
Okay.
want to buy the Scooby-Doo ones, so.
Oh, god damn it.
All
All
right,
right.
Ren, you're
Zach,
sending me a test. Yes.
I don't understand one of these references, but I'm going to ask anyway. Which of these scandals would you like to cause? Khloe Kardashian, Tristan Thompson, Jordan Woods, whatever the fuck that means, the Michael Phelps pot party, or the Clinton Lewinsky scandal?
Clinton, all the fucking way, man. Clinton, all the fucking way.
That's a history.
That
Yeah.
is a history. That is a fucking history, man. Once you said all those, I'm like, the pot one would be fun, but the Clinton one, man. The Clinton one. All right, J Buck. You're gonna snap your fingers and decide who will be broke. Is it Jim Walton, Mark Zuckerberg, or Drake?
Who's the first guy?
I don't
Jim
fuck-
Walton?
It's the owner of Walmart.
Oh, okay.
So I snap and they're broken?
Yeah. No, broke.
Oh, they're broke. I'm gonna go with Mark Zuckerberg, unfortunately. Facebook is just trash, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
That is just I don't know. Again, this is a whole tangent. I don't even know who uses Facebook anymore. I post stuff, my videos. That is it.
I posted
Yeah,
for my
same.
grandparents. I literally posted for my grandma and funny videos. There's some funny fucking videos on there.
Yeah, I post my videos and whatnot, and I chat with people on messengers. But
Yeah, I would say Messenger is probably the biggest thing to
Yeah.
connect people with. All right,
Totally.
Ren, you are up. You
Ah.
have a chance to save Tom Hanks from the coronavirus. This is very timely. Choose another Tom to get rid of instead. Tom
Ooh.
Cruise, Tom Hardy, or Tom Holland. This is a tough one. This is
Damn.
tough.
Oh, I love all those Toms.
I have.
I thought I was going to
I
get to
could answer
choose
this
the Tom.
too. I could answer this too, but you throw it out and then I'll throw.
I'm gonna feel bad because I don't wish the coronavirus
So
on anybody.
Spider-Man,
But
Venom,
No, no,
or
no.
Ethan
Well,
Hunt.
I don't think it's give them the coronavirus. I just think you just get rid of them, like their careers. I think that's how I took it.
We could go that. It says choose another Tom to get it.
yeah,
Oh,
get
so
to
they just get it.
coronavirus.
They get
Oh,
it.
okay.
Okay.
Let's not
I
say they
thi-
get it. Let's just put you
Yeah.
get rid of all their careers, their film.
Yeah.
I don't want to. No, I can't get rid of Spider-Man. That's for sure. Because otherwise, there's no MCU Spider-Man.
I'm gonna be
Um,
honest. I would have done that. Or actually, no. Actually, I do.
I'm gonna say Hardy.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's the one I actually would go with.
Getting rid of
I
Hardy,
love.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard.
I mean,
Hey, by the way, I know someone who saw Capone.
And
and
it's probably top notch.
I can't say.
oh,
I can't say.
Yeah,
It
I
you'll
might be
tell
will
us
me.
when
ask
the
this.
It
camera's
might be
off.
me. Might be
Oh,
me, to be honest
do
with
you
you.
think it was a good idea to change the title from Fonzo to Capone?
150%.
Okay,
That's the
yeah.
smartest thing they could have done.
All right,
We'll talk
Ren,
a
you
little bit
got
after
that one.
this. All right. How long did the games go for?
It's half an hour.
Oh
We're,
shit.
we have 20 minutes left.
Okay.
Pooh. Which of these celebrities would you mourn the hardest if you found out they died suddenly?
Oh, I'd mourn him
Oh,
so
okay.
hard.
Jim Carrey, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr.
That's tough. I would. Well, I already mourned Robert Downey Jr. once because of Iron Man, but I'd still think I'd go with him. It's close between him or Jim Carrey for me. Just because like Weird Science I grew up with, and I love Downey in there. I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, so I'd probably do Downey. I think that would be like the memorable thing. Kind of like I remember when Robin Williams passed away. I know exactly where I was,
Yeah,
first
same.
thoughts I had. So it's a difficult question, but I would probably say that.
I'd probably go RDJ too.
Yeah.
I'm going with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, see, and I knew you would probably. Jim Carrey's a nice one too. J Book, who do you want as your butler, your sibling, and your high school BFF? You have to choose between Eminem, Seth Rogen, and Quentin Tarantino.
Okay, so what are the three I'm choosing again?
Butler, sibling, and high school BFF.
Butler, I'm going to go with I think it'd be really funny to have Quentin Tarantino be my butler. Who are the other two celebrities?
Seth Rogen and Eminem.
and Eminem.
Seth Rogen be my BFF, and then Eminem. Yeah,
And
Eminem.
Eminem be them.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Nice.
All right, Ren. Imagine a celeb. Wow, they're so cool. They're not calling it a celebrity. Imagine a celeb whose life you would have. Wait, okay. Imagine a celeb whose life you would to have wake up in.
You would like to.
You would no, whose life you would to have wake up. Wow, they really messed that one up. Okay, who? Imagine a celeb whose life you would like to wake up in. Is it
Mhm.
Eminem, Lady Gaga, or Will Smith?
I was waiting for them to say Johnny Depp or Amber Heard.
Oh God, too soon for that tweet. You see that this morning?
Yeah, the happy
Yeah.
birthday thing.
Oh my God.
Um,
Good job,
Ooh.
Aquaman.
Eminem, Lady Gaga, or Will Smith?
Yep.
Ooh. I think. Well, I don't want kids, so Will Smith is out of the bag, and I guess Eminem is too. You know what? I think I
M&Ms
would.
are out of
I
the
would.
bag.
I think I would like to be Lady Gaga for a day. For
Yeah,
some reason.
I mean, let's be honest. You probably got the fuck Bradley Cooper.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Dude, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying this. She divorced that man. He left. You gonna tell me they're not together? That was fucking romance on that screen.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
No,
like,
I'm not gonna deny any of that.
Okay, 10 coins are on the line, but don't worry, from experience, you win the
Okay.
coins either way if you success or fail. Pooh, which of the dudes you think Ren? Oh, okay. Which of the dudes you think Ren wants to be able to call, including Adam Sandler, Zach Galifianakis, Conan O'Brien, to party all weekend?
who I
Which
think you want to?
Yeah, which do they want to call at? Okay, which one of those do I want to call to party all weekend, and which one of those do I want to call as a dad?
Okay.
Okay, let me.
So say it one more time.
Adam Sandler, Zach Galifianakis, or Conan O'Brien.
And what am I telling you to do?
One of them I want to call to party all weekend, and one of them I want to call as a dad. I know my answer.
Okay. And tell me the celebrity's name one more time. Party
Adam
and
Sandler, Zach Galifianakis, or Conan O'Brien.
Zach Galifianakis, Conan O'Brien, or what was it? Adam Sandler?
Sandler.
So
Yeah.
I think definitely the party with, right? Zach Galifianakis, dad Adam Sandler.
You got one of those right. I'm going to give you a success because I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I want to call Adam Sandler as a dad, but I want to call Conan O'Brien to party all weekend.
Oh
Really?
wow,
Yeah, I
Okay.
love Conan O'Brien,
nice.
but definitely Adam Sandler to be my dad because he's filthy rich.
Yeah, hell
You
yeah.
could be in Grown Ups 3.
Yeah. Or Jack and Jill too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, J Buck. Which of the following celebrities would you have a threesome with?
Oh wow, all of them.
Which one
I'm
of
gonna
those
tell you right
would
now.
he have a threesome with?
Charlize Theron,
Oh my god.
Jack Nicholson, or Sylvester Stallone.
So I gotta pick 2 of the 3, or can I pick the 3 of them and I watch in the corner? Because that would be awesome.
I mean, you can choose that one if you want to. I'll let you watch in the corner if you want.
No, I'm not gonna be a cuck.
What are you doing in the corner, by the way, as you're watching?
Just a one like a lamp that just shows like my face, like my mouth down. Oh.
By the way, Warner Brothers CEO says yes, we're still putting Tenet for July 17th, as long as theaters reopen.
Well, of course.
Well, I mean, going back to that, there was that whole news thing that Georgia actually, I think tomorrow is
yeah.
opening their theaters.
Some, but I think like AMC's not opening back up.
No,
like
not the big chains. Kind of, I think mom and pops and whatnot.
Yeah, which is cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, for the threesome, I'm going to obviously Charlize Theron.
Are you sure? Because I might choose Sylvester and Jack. Can you imagine? You get this
No, I don't
roided out
want to
man,
imagine.
and you get the guy with The Shining. You could play a Shelley. He could play Jack, and Sylvester Stallone could play the child.
Oh no!
I mean,
you've thought of
Jack
it. This one too
Nicholson.
far.
Jack Nicholson at this point, he just lays there and smiles.
He's like, hey there, sport. I'm gonna go with Charlize Theron and Stallone.
Okay.
Cause he bad. Hey, I really like that. You doing that.
Go, Jared! I did
Stallone,
it!
I don't know what you're saying. Do you like it? Do you not? I don't know. Should I
Good
stop?
job. I think Jared got the best question so far.
Yeah, sure. By far.
All right, let me open up my app again. Keep playing. All right, Ren. Oh wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
was
okay.
it-
This one, I was gonna say, there's a lot of kind of quarantine-based questions. Ren,
There's
which
one of
these?
them that is a quarantine game, literally. One of the
Oh,
games in the app is a quarantine game, yeah.
So Ren, you are to be stuck in quarantine with one of the following. Which one do you pick?
Okay.
Bill Murray, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, or Tiffany Haddish?
Oof.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Dude, I would pick
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish. I got the
Oh my
biggest fucking
God.
crush on her. I got
Really?
the biggest crush on her. Yeah.
She's so
love her.
annoying to me, dude.
Dude,
I
no.
can't
Did you
stand-
ever see The Oath? Did you guys ever see The Oath?
No, is that the one with her and Ike Barinholtz?
Yeah.
Okay, I never seen
love,
it.
dude,
Wasn't
I
released over
loved her
here.
in there. She was very subtle in that film. And it actually showed me she could act. Like that was the movie I was like, I want to see more from her in this.
Rather than like Night School and crap like that.
Yeah. Yeah, which I mean, Girls Trip, biggest surprise of me. I almost pissed my pants laughing at that film. I told everyone I'm never fucking seeing that movie, and then I went and saw it and I fucking loved it.
Okay. Zach, I
Yes.
think I know what you're going to answer.
Okay.
You just came home and found Lady Gaga, Channing Tatum, Bradley Cooper, and Jennifer Lawrence having a wild foursome in your room. Here are your options. Throw off your clothes and join in, or
Yes.
record it with a hidden camera. Which would you choose and why?
For audio listeners, I almost took my shirt off.
And why would you join them, Zach? It literally asks why. I'm not asking it.
Well, who are the celebrities again? It was
Lady
Channing
Gaga,
Tatum. Lady Gaga.
Channing Tatum, Bradley Cooper, and Jennifer Lawrence.
Well, for instance, I mean, I would just kill Channing Tatum and Bradley Cooper right on the spot and just leave the other two for me.
Yeah, Jennifer
Beautiful.
Lawrence.
Well, actually, I would
No.
tell Bradley, can you actually direct this scene for me? And then I'd have Channing Tatum be the cameraman. And if Jennifer Lawrence gives a bad performance, we just put her to the side.
and he's Bradley Cooper's behind the camera and he looks over and you're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I just want to take another look at you."
right, J Buck, tell us about your celebrity crush. How did you first notice them?
Ooh. Don't say the name. Keep it a mystery.
Okay. How did I notice them? I mean,
Let me
I
take a
feel like
guess. You
yeah,
typed in Pornhub.
I
Okay.
I I took the celebrity's name and typed in tits. That some might say that's love. Um, I I I think it's just like, you notice them at a young age in a film and you grow up alongside them and they have a wonderful accent.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Accent. Is it a British accent?
Yes, some might say she's magical.
Okay, it's Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I already gave that away earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say Tom Hardy, but
Close, close.
close. He could pull off the wand and wig.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
I'm still waiting for my letter from Hogwarts. I think it got lost in the mail.
Same.
All right. Ren, name a name you would like to perform with at the Super Bowl. All right. So
Ooh.
Jennifer Lopez,
Okay.
Shakira, or Beyonce. Who are you performing with?
Not Beyonce. Um, I'm gonna say Shakira.
All right.
Good
I
choice.
think I would have gone with Shakira or J Lo.
I went with Shakira because we're both Latinos, so you know.
I'm not Latino, but I'll take J Lo, man. Every day, every day.
From Hustlers.
Yeah, man.
And
Every
nothing else.
nothing else.
All right, Zach. Which
Not
celebrity
Easter
would
any.
you? True. I mean, as long as it gives us more coins, I'm not gonna complain. Oh, I love this question. Zach, which celebrity would you be most upset about catching your partner having sex with? Dwayne Johnson, Judge Judy, or Neil Patrick Harris?
Which one would I be more upset about?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Neil Patrick Harris is gay, so I mean,
What a twist.
that is a twist. I could sell that for money, so I wouldn't be disappointed in that. Dwayne Johnson, she loves, so you know, I'd be afraid.
Probably.
But Judge Judy, man,
She's
what's
supposed to
underneath
be
that
serving
getup?
justice.
Yeah, what she probably was. So I'd probably say Dwayne Johnson because I just walk in and be like, cool, cool, man,
You're like, man,
awesome.
can we at least have like 16 pizzas after this? Because I know you're gonna be hungry.
Yeah, and I'll ask him. I'm like, can you make me a bunch of pancakes, steak? Can you like prep me meals for the rest of the year? You can do whatever you want, but can
Yeah.
you also? I really want to know, man, like what's going on with Hobbs and Shaw too.
Everyone's a
Oh,
robot.
oh my God.
I'm excited.
Question. If you saw Pooh Bear having sex, given Pooh Bear's my name, but let's
Yeah.
just imagine, let's just imagine Pooh Bear instead. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
saw Pooh Bear having sex with one of the following celebrities, who would tempt you the most to join in as a third?
Oh my god. The pantsless bear. Let's go.
Blake Lively, Eva Mendes, or Zoe Saldana?
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's easy for me.
Same.
Who's Zoe Saldana again?
Gamora.
Gamora.
Oh, okay. Who was the first one?
Eva Mendes or Blake Lively.
Ah,
Remember, Pooh Bear's gonna be a part of this too.
I know, and that's the thing is like, who do I want to see just covered in honey? Just so
He thinks
sticky.
about everything. This guy thinks about everything.
I might go with Zoe Saldana.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's who mine would have been.
that would be my answer too.
Pooh Bear's just bringing jugs of honey.
It's funny. I play Outer Worlds on the Xbox, and I made my character's name Pooh Bear the Third. So anytime someone's like Captain Pooh, what's your name? I say Captain Pooh Bear the Third of the Unbearing. How are you?
All right, Ren. Of these three people, and naming one person for each, who would you like to, 1, watch have sex, 2, cheat on their partner, and 3, you gotta watch them take a shit?
Hey, oh my god.
So, Peter Dinklage, Justin Timberlake, or Amy Adams? So you gotta
Okay.
have sex, cheat on their partner, and watch them poop.
Okay. I'll watch Amy Adams have sex. I'll watch Justin Timberlake cheat on their partner because that doesn't necessarily involve sex. And I gotta watch Peter Dinklage take a shit, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Those would have literally been all my same things.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh my god. This game went on much better than I expected.
Same.
Okay. Okay, this question has as respect for sexual preferences. So, Zach, if it was according with your sexual preferences, which of the following people would you most like to have sex with? James Bond, Rambo, or the Terminator?
James Bond, Rambo, or the Terminator? I mean, I know James Bond, and I have to have sex with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Pooh
you
Bear.
get to. You don't have to. You get to.
Oh,
It's a
all right.
privilege.
So, I mean, it can't be Rambo. PTSD. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do to me if I choke him. The Terminator might just take it. You know.
The Terminator could rip you in half accidentally.
Yeah. So I'd probably go James Bond because I know at least I'll get a good martini out of it,
He's a gentle lover.
and then I could assassinate him right then and there.
There wouldn't be an awkward morning after either. He'd just be gone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Literally.
All right, your turn,
Now I gotta
Zach.
do the next one.
4 minutes left.
All right, let's go fast. All right, here we go. Pick an actor between the following to be your teacher, slave, and BFF: Benedict Cumberbatch, Ryan Cumberbatch, or Elijah Wood.
Ryan Cumberbatch?
Let's just say Ryan Gosling. Let's just say Ryan
Okay. Okay. So the three are teacher. What is it again?
Gosling. Slave, and BFF.
Teacher, slave, BEF. And who are the people? Ryan Gosling.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Elijah Wood.
Ooh, Ryan Gosling. I will. Is it sex slave? I'll go with that.
Okay.
He can be my sex slave. Teacher, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Elijah Wood, BFF.
Perfect. That's a good one. All right.
All
3
right,
minutes.
Ren. If you were invisible, whose life would you like to be a fly on the wall to? Would it be Robert Downey Jr., Hugh Jackman's, or Ben Stiller's?
I mean, one of those is not like the others, that's for sure. I'm going to go Hugh Jackman because he lives in Australia, so I want to go to Australia.
All right. Yeah, I feel like him and his bromance with Ryan Reynolds. I feel like you'd see
Exactly.
some stuff.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Okay. Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, and Katy Perry. Zach, which do you think Ren wants to have for a sibling, a butler, and a drinking buddy?
What's the three again? Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, and Katy Perry.
Okay, so Selena Gomez, I think you want to have a drink with.
Okay. I'm not telling you the answers.
Taylor
Just telling
Swift.
the
What were the
answer
other two? What were the other two?
Butler and drinking buddy.
Taylor Swift. Oh, no. So I want Selena Gomez to be your drinking buddy. And then what's the other one?
Sibling and butler.
Sibling, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift because the most money, and Butler would be Katy Perry.
I would actually go with Taylor Swift as butler.
Okay.
Because if she's that rich and she is my butler, then that means I'm good as well. Selena Gomez as my sibling, and Katy Perry is the hottest among the three as drinking buddy, because we know what drinking leads to.
Totally agree with that one.
The best decisions.
Yep. Yeah. All right, J-Buck, 1 minute. This is the last one. Are you most curious about Rihanna's, Michelle Obama's, or Serena Williams lingerie?
Ooh. The second answer would be real curious. You know, I'd be very interesting, but I think I might go with. Who was the third one?
Serena Williams.
I'm gonna go with Rihanna.
Okay.
The thing is, she probably doesn't own any.
Oh my god.
She has her own line, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
So I can just Google
anything,
and then I'll find it out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could.
Okay. All you fans out there watching, after you're done watching this, go to Google.
All right.
Do we
think
have time for one more?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, Ren, name 3 celebrities. Which of the 3 would you most like to have dirty dreams about? There's no
I named the
options, so
celebrity.
I don't
Okay,
know.
I named
Yeah,
the
that's what.
celebrity.
How about this? Which celebrity would you like to have a quote unquote dirty dream about?
Margot Robbie, my
Yeah.
goddess.
All
Done.
right.
Yep.
And I think that's it
Easiest
for the
question
game.
in the
right?
game.
Is that it for the game then?
I mean, we just let it run out.
It
At
did
the
run out.
moment. Mine is still on.
Oh
I can
really?
still
Oh,
ask you a question.
oh.
Yeah, I think it's like 50 seconds left.
Okay, Zach, of these 3 people, whose sex life do you think I am most curious about? Gigi Hadid, whoever that is, Margot Robbie, or Angelina Jolie?
Margot Robbie. There you go.
Yep.
Oh God. Wow. That
All
back
right.
to back.
I can do Jared again. Confess which celebrity you masturbate most frequently to. If you've never,
Wow,
if
you
you've,
would there would be enough time for this one,
if
wouldn't
you've,
there?
if you've never done such a thing, which celebrity would you want to?
Well, I am a purist. I do not touch myself.
Holy
Ladies,
shit!
gentlemen, family
And
watching
that
right
was it
now,
for the
I am
game
not a
too.
pervert. But if I did,
It's Mr. Potato Head, right?
it's definitely, oh my God, the smooth backside of him. You can
You
make him
just
have a
pop,
mustache,
dude,
you can
you
take it
can just
off.
pop open the back of him. It
Oh
just makes it all easy.
my God, you get some of Pooh's honey in there. All right, we're done.
And that's it for the game, guys. Ren, take us out.
That's what I call a climax, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Jared, thank you so much for joining us. We will actually be talking to you again very soon, but
Yeah, let's announce it. Do you want to just announce it?
you want to announce it?
Yeah, let's just announce it.
Well, when's
All
this
right.
vote?
Yeah, when's this going up? Probably tomorrow.
I'm going to try to put it up today because tomorrow I want to review Clone Wars and Extraction.
Yeah, so let's just announce it today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, on Sunday, the 26th of April, we're celebrating the 1-year anniversary of my favorite movie of
By
all
the
time.
way, King of Staten Island is going on Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
That makes sense.
Which, okay, wait. Don't know if I was supposed to say that.
You can cut it out.
Wait. Oh no. Sorry, I read it wrong. It is not Amazon Prime. No one worry about that. I did not just read an email that I wasn't
Do
supposed
you
to.
want me to cut it?
No, it's not coming
No?
out, so it's good.
Okay.
It's just an updated list of what's coming out for the year, but like everything above it was Amazon Prime. So I'm like, oh, Amazon Prime. Oh no, it's not.
On Sunday, the 26th of April, we're celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Avengers Endgame. We're going to have a live watch along of the film. Jared is going to once again be joining us, and we're going to be joined as well by Brett Murphy from BamTube TV to watch it. And we'll just be talking about the movie and gushing and nerding out on all the cool stuff that movie does. And it does do a lot of cool stuff. So, Jared, up until then, where can people find you?
No, thank you guys. This was fun. I'm very much looking forward to that watch along kind of commentary track. You guys can find me on YouTube at JBuck Studios, otherwise Twitter and Instagram at Jared Buckendahl. Over on my channel, it's the same kind of movie content that all of these guys are doing. A little bit, I steer into a little bit of comedy portions of it, and I kind of have a series called Ending Explained Poorly, where I explain a movie but do it a little bit poorly. And then every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, I do a live show called JBuck Live. So go over there and help support me, please.
Yes, please.
All right.
Please.
And Zach, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on YouTube talking everything and anything and touching and all that sorts of stuff. You guys know where to find me. The one thing I do want to throw out there, guys, though, is it's at 10 a.m. PST, right, for Endgame? Is that what we're doing for live,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so what we'll probably do, I think, probably go live 5 minutes before then and maybe 3 minutes beforehand, get everyone prepped and then get your disc in and start going. Because we're starting like 10 a.m. We're hit and play. We want you guys to be there as well. We're going to start really, really pushing it on Saturday for sure to remind everyone, but it's going to be live. If you can't watch, I'm assuming live chat, we will kind of answer questions as we go through, but really it's just a commentary. We did it for Infinity War, I think right after it came out on Blu-ray, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
It was really successful. It was a lot of fun. A little too many people. It was a little too hectic. So it won't be as hectic this time. That's why we're only having 4 of us. But it will definitely be fun, and we want you guys to participate in that. So you guys can definitely find me over there. And, of course, just talking movies over on my channel. So thank you guys again. Thank you, Jared, for joining us. Ren, thank you so much for choosing me as your knight on this round table. Which let's knight our friend here. He's a part of the round table.
Of course. Jared is now a knight. He has officially been knighted, and all of the topics. I think we knighted this game. I think it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I knight the game. I would say that's probably the only game we should be playing from now on, is asking people what threesomes they should have. Obviously, asking like if we get a Christian pastor on here for some reason, we do not want them to be playing a game of that some sorts.
Or
but,
maybe you do want them to play that game.
Maybe.
That's true.
But let's get fucking Howard Ratner on this podcast.
Oh my god. That would be something.
It would. But take us out, Ren. Thank you guys again, and I'm just excited for it.
Thank you once again, Jared. This was awesome. Can't wait to have you back again. Zach, I love you, man. Thank you for joining me each and every week to gush about the news and whatever little things are going on in this very still world at the moment. And if you enjoyed this game, whether you're listening to us on Spotify or iTunes or watching on YouTube, let us know if you want to see us play again. And we'll definitely play it again and ask many dirtier questions. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, or listening. And until the next one, love each other and love the movies.